Here's what CJ said about Mitch Marner on the CJ show yesterday.
To the conclusion that they can just have Mitch Marner on the roster and walk into free agency, or would a stalemate in the negotiations force him to waive his no moves and find a trading partner?
I think they're very wary of making a bad trade, which, you would be every time you're making a trade. But, if you're considering trading one of your franchise's all time best players by points, by the kind of records Mitch has racked up, still in the prime of his career, I mean, the possibility of that going awry, like you might never come out from under that. So I think that they're not going to commit to ever, like, we have to do this. I think that, it's more about what the marketplace yields, what they hear back from the Marner camp. I mean, I think that they would walk him to free agency if they had to, partially because they have no control over it. He literally has full control. Now, it's very, very rare for a player when he's made to be felt unwelcome or that the team wants to move on to say, well, I'm not moving and just you deal with it. They have no control in the situation. I mean, they have enough control that they can try to influence things a certain way, but he's got final say. That's why those new movement clauses are very punitive.
Yeah, well, it took a much smaller cap hit so we could get that clause. So
just stop it.
I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was fascinating to hear CJ just throw out the possibility that he might get walked to free agency.
Well, I think it's good that he's doing that, because a lot of us, sometimes me, are talking about Mitch like he's gone. And that's very not the case. Now, I've been very open about, I think the best move is for this team to trade this player. I think the best move for this player is to be traded. I think if you love Mitch Marner and you think they need to keep him, fine. We all have our players that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is going? Austin? Well, Willie? Morgan? Tavares? I don't even know if Morgan would be enough. And then you got to plug that hole. You got to make a significant move. You can't run this back again. That's not an option. It's not an option. Okay.
Well, there's a growing group of people on Twitter saying that it has to be.
And they're all wrong. Objectively.
Very smart people saying it.
That's fine. And they're wrong. And it's fine. I'm not doing this for another calendar year.
Okay. Now.
But it's not up to what you wanted.
I know. I'm getting there.
Get there. Let's go.
I'm getting there. So part of why I'm not doing this again is I feel like it's Groundhog Day. I feel like we are talking to each other in June 2023.
Okay.
No time has elapsed from last year. None. So here's me looking at it from Marner's perspective and then changing the focus a bit. I'm Mitch Marner.
Mm-hmm.
I have worked my whole life to get this. I worked really hard to help you recruit John Tavares.
Yep.
I then put up 90 friggin' points with John Tavares. I think more.
Got him a career high in goals, 47.
Got John Tavares 47 goals. He's never sniffed it since because it was with me. And then what happened? I went and played with another guy named Austin Matthews, and he got all his career highs.
He got 60 goals.
Exactly. Right. And, John Tavares earned his goals and Matthews earned it. Yeah, but I was there. Right. I don't care what you say. I was there. When we negotiated this contract with the cap hit and with the no movement clause, it was in good faith.
Mm-hmm.
They were things that I asked for. They were things that you gave me and you signed on the line that is dotted. Don't like it? Your problem. I upheld my end of the bargain. I put up a big old bunch of points every year. I didn't ask the world to stop. I didn't ask for a pandemic. I didn't ask for a flat cap. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm from here. I like it here. I have a clause that says I get to stay here if I want. I'm not leaving. That's how I look at it from his perspective. Where the Groundhog Day comes in, the reason I'm begging this team to trade this player, and I'm begging this player to ask for a trade, is I feel like no time has passed from June 2023 to now. Because if you run it back, there's almost no one left to fire. It's just Shanahan, right? No, I think Pelly's got to go too.
Well,
And I know he just got here. No, because how many more
Fire
times?
the ownership.
No, how many more times can we be nose to nose with the most obvious decision in the friggin' world and ignore it, walk by it, only to walk around the entire earth and meet it again the next year? A trip around the sun, and we're right back where we were. Okay. Brendan Shanahan's like, I'm the president. And Dubas is like, I want to be the president. And they both stand at the same urinal, and they're just having a friggin' fight, and they're trying to see whose stream the strongest is. And they both kind of get their way. Shanahan fires him, but Dubas, gets his promotion or whatever. But they're little friggin'.
Where did that promotion come from? I
don't know.
How did he? It's amazing that just dropped in his lap.
It's so good. But that little dust up, that little battle of egos, whoever you decide is wrong, put them where we are today. Okay. Oh, well, we gotta take a lot of things into consideration. He's one of the best players in the history of the franchise. Where was this energy last year when you fired the general manager 5-6 weeks before his no move clause kicked in? You nutcases. So I don't want to hear, well, we got to be delicate and we got to be, fuck off. Stop. Enough. Stop lying to everyone. Stop being stupid. Stop being childishly naive. This decision was staring you in the face last year, and you kicked the can down the road.
And last year, it could have been one of two. They were talking about both Nylander and Marner. Which one of them would go?
And you kept them both. You gave one a raise, and you essentially gave another a no-move clause, right? By not trading Mitch when he had no trade protection, you were handing him a no-move clause. Okay? And then William Nylander goes into the final year of his contract. Guess what? He's got that fucking final year of his contract glow, scores 1 billion goals, scores the overtime winner. He walks off Sweden. Hilarious, right? And then, you can't even criticize his playoff performance. He had the migraines and everything. Comes back into the series, leads the team in goals. So what's the problem here? What's the problem here? You had a very obvious decision to make. You chose to simply not make it.
Yep.
And then next year, they run it back. Nothing happens. There's two options. They simply win the cup finally, or they do the same thing, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and 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 over again. Which it's what they're doing. It's insane.
Was this the thing when you were like, I want to talk from Mitch's perspective?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So the Leafs then next
doesn't
year
sound like Mitch.
No. I transitioned though. from
he did.
Here's Mitch's perspective to no, because I'm blaming squarely the Leafs for this.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes. And I think rightfully so.
No, it's 100% their fault. You had a decision to make. You didn't do it. And then you run it back. Next year, you get your bottoms patted in the first round again, probably by the friggin' Bruins. And then Shanahan's going to get fired. It's not going to accomplish anything. What's it going to accomplish? What's it going to accomplish? Is the new guy going to find a way to tear up the no move? You're going to be in the same fucking position. You're going to be in the exact same position. The only difference is you're going to lose one of the best players your team has ever had for nothing, and you're going to lose John Tavares for nothing as well. Or extend him, or guys, this is squarely their fault. And now that we're here in this position, if Marner's not traded and the trade doesn't work out, there's no justification None for bringing Brendan Shanahan back.
I said that last episode.
There's not
People
like,
are mad at me for that.
if it works out, if it ends up working out, great. But like, there's a scenario here where I don't think you can justify him beginning the season as the president.
It can't be a distraction come training camp. That's my point. Because if he shows up and is a Leaf at training camp, we all saw what happened with Duchesne in Colorado. You cannot have, player can't have this. It's not good for the player. Let's be honest. Team cannot have this. Not good for the team.
Like, there's a variety of opinions here. It's inexcusable we're even having this discussion today on June 7th, 2024. It's inexcusable.